Welcome to the Hampshire 1900 start for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 15th of March 1936, which is a few months on from the end of the last part. And in this part, I want to shift away from planning even more major projects, which is taking ages to build, more towards taking a little bit more of focus on the detail and see if I can spot some developing potential, I could say, problems. And that's the reason is why I've actually cleared the message. Oh, that's a potential problem straight away. We will need to look at that because it's a traffic jam, but I've got an idea where it is, so we're not going to worry too much. But first, I just want to give you a bit of an update on what's going on in Eastleigh. Generally, Eastleigh is okay. What I have done is made a change here, because what's happened is that because we're scrapping so much of these, I was starting to accumulate large quantities of mechanical components. If we kind of come into, I can't remember where I was putting them. Actually, I think they're probably the best way to illustrate it is if I come to here, you can see that we've actually filled up this warehouse with mechanical components. So the idea is I'm going to build this warehouse, and what this warehouse will do is act as our long-term storage, but I'm also adding a rail track here so that we can kind of import and export goods from here should we need it. But that we won't be exporting to this border, because you can see I've actually overlapped it onto the rail distribution office. But the main reason here is to store resources which I want to use. I don't want to kind of just sell them across the border, because that could be a bit self-defeating. One change I do want to do straight away is here, because I need to get my here. Let me just see, just make sure. Yeah, oh, this one's okay. So it will be waste transfer we need to put into here. And what you're going to do is unload into there. Now the reason I've done that is that eventually what you're going to get blockages here. And I think this is what's actually causing this. So we're going to scoop over to here. What's happening here is that we're getting a lot more what you could call it construction waste here, and it's taking time for all this to pick up. So what I want to do is see if we can squeeze in a cargo station here. It'd be really great. Yeah, we can just shoehorn you in there. And the other thing I would like to do, if possible, just minimize that out, is because eventually we're going to get a lot more construction waste coming out here, because of course some of the construction waste is coming from this area here. If we look at, yeah, we go here, you see that we got 50% construction waste in here. What I am going to do is see if I can separate it out. Actually, I should have done this some time ago. We actually got any biological here? We got a little smidge of biological. But if we can separate out the construction waste there, that would be a little bit okay. Oh, that's a vaccine there. We got no construction waste there. Let's have a look at our kind of got some construction waste here. So I think if we can drop in I mean, this is not going to be massive, so we don't need, so I think it's time now that we've got a certain amount, because of course in the last part we did the research for separation. It'd be great if I could get that connected as well. Let me just, if I can get you, put you there. Hook you there, get you to there, Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch, but I think we'll be okay. Put you on high priorities. Hopefully the game will detect. And I think in a preemptive manner. No, I don't think we need that just yet. But we will need some waste collection here as well. So we might as well put this in from the get-go. I don't think we can get one of these in, so we're gonna have to use this as well. So just sneak you in there. So back to here, what we're going to need to do is it's the construction waste that's coming into here could become more and more of a problem. We don't have any more factory connections because we're going to get our normal waste is going to come in there. I'd like to put I can put a connector there. And then what we can do is put a small aggregate actually I've just had a thought. We got metal scrap here as well. Okay, we have a little bit of a change here. I want to keep my options open. I put you there, maybe just a bit like that. Move to there. Remove you. Put in a mud footpath there. But I'm going to suspend the construction on that to begin with, and then this will make sense. You can go that way. And what we'll do is we'll push you out like that to there. What this will be is for construction waste, and then what we could do, which is probably going to be more useful, is we can send out here for metallic waste, and then of course once we unlock the where is it, steel recycling, I'm not sure when that will become available. Let me just have a quick look at the research tech. Okay, let me just see, when will we get steel recycling? Aluminium, 1938. So we've got 2 years. Because if we can start recycling the metallic scrap automatically, that will make quite a big difference to. Yeah, I mean the gravel recycling is not so important. In fact, what we could do is use this for metallics. Okay, let me just change this again. No, we're going to keep this here. If necessary, we can remove these fields and spread out this way. Although eventually, oh wow, okay, we've got a Barber Green 879. This is our first paver. It's a very, now if you're playing an early start, I know it's a mod, and it's actually there, but this is a very big step forward. Let me just see what we got here. A Barber Green paver. You can see it goes from 1936 to 1954. It cost us $7,000 to buy. But what I would like to do is actually see if we can get a template to make it, because it's got a terrible actual speed, a road speed. So let's just get to up here. See what we can we afford to buy the template. We just get here, because this this actual paver is going to be around for, well, for about 20 odd years, because I don't think we get the in-game paver for a long time, unless of course the devs have added another one here. So license blueprints. Okay, we're about $20,000 short at the moment of this, and you can see it. This needs a lot of steel, 7.8 tons of steel, plastic, fabric, mechanical components. But I would certainly like to make some of those, because that's going to make a massive difference. Because what it will mean is that we can then start. What was that? Yeah, virus. We can replace these things, and of course the barber thing. That means that also there's a roller that will appear, and we will probably be looking at getting that, because once we got access to the roller, we can actually get things done a little bit here. Let me just get back. We've got quite a lot of biological waste here. I'm kind of starting to think that I might need a composting plant as well. Let me just take a look at this. So the composting plant's going to need chemicals and chemicals. But I think we might need to start thinking about that as well. Anyway, back over here. There is one developing problem that I do need to find. I need the demolition office, which is over. Is it here? Where, no, that. Where's my demolition office gone? There it is. Because what's happening is this is starting to get a bit overloaded, so I'm going to flip you back to there, because this is filling up. Hazardous waste is actually going to become more and more of a problem as we go forward, although to be honest, at the moment most of this hazardous waste is coming from collapsed buildings down over here, because we got 518 tons of collapsed buildings here, and we got 8.5 tons of hazardous waste in there. Okay, back to up here. So we should now have sorted out. Oops, still in the wrong place. We should now have sorted out this area here. One thing. Okay, what is going on here? You're picking up there. Got export here. What have we got here? I just want to check this dump here. Actually, no, it's this I want to check. Do we have any all related buildings, vehicles here? Waste services. Okay, I think we got a problem with waste services here. Yep. You on that. That explains the contamination that we're still getting in here. Let me just check. Yeah. Yeah, so we're not getting the full benefit out of our waste separation at the moment. So that's something we do need to kind of work on. Okay, this is now built for that. Bang on queue. Right, the first thing we got to do is come here, make sure that that flows that way, because we don't want the waste delivered here to flow back into there. And then what we will do is what are you delivering here? I want you to deliver there. Waste, and I'm going to remove general separation from there. What are you? Yeah, you're delivering. By doing this, it will mean that we can then What we got here? Okay, we need to remove you from there, and you can now put directly into there. And then that means that the pickup from here will be exclusively, okay, yeah, the waste materials from here, which we need to process and export. So that's here. I'm gonna put. We need this built because I'm gonna build this first. Now, the reason I'm not building, I'm going to build this before I build this, is the fact that I want to make sure that we get construction waste into here, not metallic waste, because they both can be moved out with the conveyor. Over here, so that is what we've got going in Warstock. I just want to check. Actually, yep. Okay, we got our farm here. Are you ready to go? You've got fertilizer in as well. The crops are growing. We're on the 23rd of April. Just want to see. Yeah, we're kind of burning a lot more fuel now. Does that mean that? Okay. I wonder whether we're actually. I want to come over here because, of course, we set up our rail link. I just want to make sure that we've got fuel flowing into here. Yeah, good. Oh, look at that. Probably the ailing roller is probably more important than the actual paver. So can we get a, okay, haha, blueprints available, roller, 177,000. Yes, we're going to build a roller, and we are going to build 2 of those. Then we are going to go back to the truck. Yeah, I mean, the roller is more important than the actual paver because we've got a paving option already. But that roller is going to make a big difference because it means that I can eventually start actually really seriously asphalting the roads in this area. And then, of course, we can, and this is what I've been waiting for in Warstock here, that once we've got a proper paver and a proper roller, we can then start really looking at upgrading these roads ready for the future. I mean, we're not going to upgrade everything, but we can upgrade some of the roads here. Okay, yeah, that's good. Paver and roller, haha. I think that will probably be the title of the video. So if you're watching this, you probably would have got a hint about what we're going. How are we doing here? Are we off for over 21s? We're getting a few over 21s. Once this is built, what we're gonna do is we're not gonna manufacture the pavers and rollers over there. We'll build this up and get this going. So I think what we're going to do is try and see if we can push a bit more workforce onto here. Let me just see. Get these guys here. See if we can get. Yes, this is going to be far more important. Okay, what can we get? We are. Oh, that needs to be built as well. Bit of a fail there. I think I would like this. I'm still kind of umming and ahhing about that. Okay, this will go here. We'll allow citizens to move in. Yep, they're good. So that needs to be done. Over here, we've now kind of started to get things together. We are getting a workforce out here. So the question is, allowing the game time to catch up. But what I need to do now is look at Milford on Sea, because we need to set up some stuff here. We certainly need the bus route here. So how much unemployment have we got in this area? Just take a quick look. Okay, we got a lot of unemployment here. So I think what we will do is we'll start setting things up here. So I'm going to get a couple of buses. Search by capacity 35. We'll get 2 buses into here. This is now ready to go, so we need to set this up. I just want to check here. Okay, we got electronics, we got mechanical components. Somehow I've managed to get over. This is part of the problem that you will get, is so we're going to need wood into here. I think I've set up a rename you call it wood distrib where right open hole. I don't want to go search by capacity. I don't think I want 10 logging 8. Actually, let's go for speed. You're 55, you're 57, you're 2. Okay, yeah, but you're not really that. So our best ones are going to be okay, we're going to get a couple of year 40, year 40. We're going to get a couple of these. You're going to pick up from there. You're going to deliver to here. Unload 60%. We got workforce in here. Yes. Cannot extort. Oh, great. That's going to be a problem. We need to use these mechanical components up. I think what we it's these guys, isn't it? We might as well get crops in here to begin with. Crops, I'll set you to 50%. Crops is going to be an issue, keeping a regular, get 10 tons into there, because this will consume it at 15 tons a rate. So keeping a regular supply of crops into here is going to be a bit of a challenge. Okay, we got our bus route here. I think we will get the guys to set up here and go to there, and you can get the fire coverage in if nothing else. We'll get the 2 buses operating here. Line spacing, because we don't have, that's an issue as well, something I hadn't considered. Got a GAS 05193. I hadn't considered that. I would like a, what we call it here, an end station if possible. Bus platform, let me just see. Can we put a small end station? Because I'd like to be able to repair the vessels. Okay, we're going to put an end station here. It's strictly on the wrong side of the actual, what we call it, the building. But there's not much we can do about that. So we're just going to have to run these guys out. Get the workers into here. Let's see if they go. See if we can get them Okay, right, we will reduce the workforce down a little bit here for the moment. What we don't have out here is water. Ooh, that's a problem, isn't it? That means we're also going to need sewage. Oh, that's a big failure. Okay. Haha. Let me just see. We're gonna have to run all the way down to there. Okay. Yeah. That was how far can I get you? Okay, you're gonna have to be. I mean, we're not going to build anything else out here, so if I could get you, oh, if I could get you just this side of the railway. Okay, that's. Okay, we're going to put you there. I mean, it's right out in the middle of nowhere, but okay, we'll get you there. Hopefully, we will be able to get. We're gonna have to lay a. Actually, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna put a. Just trim this back to about there. I mean, if we're gonna build this, we might as well get a benefit from it. You can go to there. You can go to there. Wow, that'd be expensive. High priority. High priority. High priority there. High priority there. Right, let's just check the water quality required. 95%. So, right. We've got a water tower here. Let me just go underground. What's the... Okay, so we can run the water from here to here. That's going to be a little bit quicker. Thank you, game. I'm going to... Again, I'm just going to put this here so that we've got water coverage flowing back into the town. That can have to go that way. Actually, I kind of think just cancel that. I don't want to waste that connection. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a pumping station in there, flip it the other way so that the connection goes that way, like that. You can come there. You can go there, like that. This is going to have to be high priority as well. High priority. Yeah, that was a very big mistake. I forgot all about the fact that, oops, wait, get off the road. You don't need, that can go there actually. Okay. You can come there. High priority. Yeah, what we may need to do is build a small technical office here to take the sewage away. Actually, what we could do is, I want this very high priority. get this built, because this can collect the sewage, and then the sewage trucks won't have to go so far. Okay. Yep. Crops and water. Yep. Okay. I think so. We got quite a lot of unemployment in this town as well, which is 2 tourists need to visit the hospital. Yep, that's okay. How are we doing here? Not store export mechanical components. Right, what we're going to do is, this is repair delivery. You're not going to deliver. We need to flip this. So what we're going to do is tell you load if it's over 60%. Then the question is, where are we going to take it? I really need a warehouse, don't I? We've got a warehouse up here, haven't we? I'll put 25 tons of mechanical components in there. Right. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to store mechanical components in here. 90%. Actually, we're also store the electronics in here as well. We don't need that. We're gonna have to leave the fabric. The steel, where can we store the steel? I don't want to waste the steel, but we don't have an open store here at the moment. Well, we can put one in temporarily. Let me just see. Okay, we're going to put a temporary open store. Let me just see. Where's the free one? I don't want that. Isn't there a free open store? Okay, we're going to put, what we're going to do is put you there. Put a mud road there. Gain high priority, put you on that. I mean, this won't need much to build. In fact, this just needs workers, so what we'll do is export the surplus steel to there. What we will do is stop importing that. We won't import. Stop the import of the steel. We're not going to import the plastic. What we will do now is actually sell the surplus plastic because we've got no use for it at the moment. Okay. We don't need that. We just need clothing there. You can pick up plastic. You can pick up steel if it's over 70%. I think in the short term, just hate the idea of having to export steel. Okay, haha. We don't need to. %. That means that we've got a little bit of steel import now coming in. Okay. Plastics is full. And these guys will now do the necessary, export the surplus plastic. Got a gas M1 here. Okay, so we're now kind of cooking quite quickly. I'm really annoyed at myself for forgetting this. It's just so elementary. Well, that's the way it is. I mean, technically, we're going to get a maximum of 4,800. We will produce something here, but what's going to happen is the conditions are going to be very unhealthy here. Let me just see. Have we built a roller yet? Let me just see. Yes, we have. Oh, well, no, we're not. We're building the roller. We got ourselves another covered hole. Actually, one thing I have been neglecting here. No, these are fairly small-scale covered holes, aren't they? I think what we can do is... Actually, no, I'm gonna... I'm trying to think. I don't want to send the covered hole all the way down to Milford on Sea. I think what we're going to do is just get rid of another one of these. You're pretty old anyway, so you can come. Oh, we got two in here anyway. So I think what we'll do is put you into there. Let me just check to see. Okay, we got a road crew here, which we can get rid of you now. I think we put you back into here. Nope. Okay. So we got a spare open hole transporter. I think what we will do is put you into the warehouse. Not the warehouse, the distribution office here. Okay, let me just see what we got here. So we're getting the waste into here. We need a more reliable supply of workers, I think. This isn't good. You guys, I think what we're going to do is shut down the... we don't need... I mean, if you've laid the track there... I mean, I could electrify this track, but it's not important at the moment. So I think I'd rather have the workforce that's coming up here being dropped off here. Actually, what I wouldn't mind doing is we can put a road there. How are we doing? Don't we have a lot of work? A lot of workforce here. Oh, it's being maintained, which isn't helping matters very much. Let me just check something. Buses. Okay. Yeah, but none of these buses are going to be there. Let me just see. I'm not actually sure why that got. I mean, max 5, max 10. Okay. That's the incinerator. Yeah, I think we're okay from that point of view. We just go up to Warstock again. I just want to make sure everything is going good up here. Yeah, I think we solved the problem here. That is too short for the road crew to do with a vehicle, so we're going to have to for Art Thou. That's the depot. These guys are probably running out of things to do, so I certainly want you working on that and that. And we need to get this online. Traffic jam. That looks different. Right, what's going on here? I'm gonna have to suspend the... I mean, we are making lots of money, but it really gripes me to have to... I mean, if we clean this up, I mean, at the moment this is not... I think what we're going to do, it kind of gripes me a little bit to do this, but I think in the... We're actually going to burn the hazardous waste. At the moment, this is still being... The trouble is that we burn the hazardous waste. I mean, it's... Is it? Okay. Maybe it's just a localized. Let me just... Maybe I'm panicking over nothing. Part of me says, just do this. Yeah, it's this... See, if I really could clean up Southampton, let me just see how well we've actually... Okay, we've still got 466 tons of... because what I really want to do is start work on Southampton, because I've got plans for Southampton, but we just see how well we... How far off are we for the ball? We're going to need to make some space in here, actually, come to think of it. Okay, let me just see. We've got... This is a road crew and it's got concrete in it. Right. I think it's time to actually put a proper ground crew in. And what we really need to do is go this way. It's just the normal one. Okay, where can we put a ground crew? It needs to be close enough to here. If we get a ground crew in here. Let me just see. Construction office. It would be really great if we could get... Oh yeah. It's in a bit of a nod. It's going to be in a bit of an odd place. But I think if we can get... Yeah, we'll put you there. We don't need that. We only need a gravel road. Oh, come on, game. What's that saying? Okay, got there. Right, so what we're going to do is make you ground crew. You're going to be Crawley ground crew. What that means is we can make this into a pure road crew so that we can really push out these, start kind of doing these here. So we've now got this out to here. Part of me says asphalt that. We'll get that done. We've still got that little sneak connection there. We've got this being pushed out. So we can start asphalting out our highways here. Yep, I think that will work. Still a little bit worried about this. Yep. Let's go back over to here. A new type, got an aircraft. What's this? We got a Douglas DC-3. How are we doing? Okay. I don't think we've got any water systems in here, have we? Oh, we have. We got a couple of sewages. We've got a couple of sewage pickup guys here. So if we can deliver the water in as quickly as possible. But the trouble is we will have to dump the sewage to the customs shed, which is going to cost us money. But there's not much we can do about that. So we've got a lot of unemployment down here. Oh, it's not that bad actually. I don't really want to put another hotel down here. I mean, we could boost our... But, I mean, what's our income from hotels? Go back to last month. Yeah, we're getting a nice income from Soviet tourists, but not Western tourists. We're only getting 479 this year. It's been not... Actually, what we could do, if we go to here, we'll run an advertising campaign. See if we can get more Western tourists coming to our republic. Very rarely ever use that tech. In fact, let me just talking about very rarely ever use tech. What's our current growth rate? We got 47 over 21s. I don't think we really need more here. How are we doing? We need more workforce out here, but got a little bit of unemployment here. We've got some workers there. We are building this. Okay. I think I'd like to get this done. What are you guys doing? You're working on that. Anything we can push forward really, really quickly. I'd like to make this road connection because I can make this road connection here. I can then start planning South Sea down here. Cosham is going here. Cosham is slowly coming together, and we can start thinking about getting out here. How's the... Okay. Let me see. You guys have got nothing to do. I'd like you to contribute to that. We can get the drainage in over out here. That will make actually putting this place up quite a little bit more easier. We don't have a lot of unemployment in this area as such. Part of me says, can we get another apartment block in here? Let's give that a go. We can get one there. Actually, if we can get the bigger one in here. Oh, it's got a road. I don't want that. Which one's this one then? This has got 200. We could get another one of those in here. Oh, look at that. That'd be really, really nice. If we can get you just in there, you've got all the facilities. We can put that's a part there. Oh, cancel. I don't want to, unless I have to, put in there. You will be, yeah, once this is built, that should be, let me just check. Yeah, you should be in range. You should be in range of store. Where's the store? Yep, you'll be in range of the store. So we put you there. That will get more workers into here, which will allow us to get down and get our coal mine going. Okay, this is now finished. That's going to push more workers out to here. Ground crew, wherefore art thou? I want you. Okay, that's not finished yet. You on there. High priority. Get that finished. This is finished, which will then feed into there. I think what we'll do is what we've done over here, because it should get to there. Let me just see if we can engineer this way in somehow. We come in here. Actually, if I put you where's the bus platform? Bus platform is over there. I put you out there. Actually, we put one there. Make a bit of space, so we can make a bit of space between. Put one there, and one there, like that. What I would like, if possible, is to bring an asphalt footpath through there. Just push you out like that. Push you all the way up to there. Push. Get rid of you now. Push you through there. I don't like that. It's not 100% square. And trim you back a bit there. Get rid of you so that we can run a path across the back of there like that. Oops, it's horrible. You can come in there and then you can connect you to there, to there. Trim this back, we don't need it just at the moment. This will become high priority. Okay, we've got a traffic jam here. Let's finish this off and then we'll check this, and then that would be the end of the video. What we should be able to do then is hook this into here, because this is a long building, and if necessary we can kind of improve the connection. Probably, actually, can we get a, maybe we can change things a little bit. Yeah, we can. Oops, cancel. Let me just remove that. I'll run you there, turn that corner there, back there, that there, and then what that will mean is that this will cut. Yeah, then we can put the connections in there, so that will give us another 600 workers there. Some can go up to here. Okay, so we've now got a wood chopping post. We got this here. Got no power supply. Okay. Goes without saying, doesn't it? You're just out of range of the power rate. We've got a transformer here, so we can run power up to here. What's the power load? Okay, this one's already overloaded, so we've already got. So what we can do is put you there. Come there. Probably build our first kind of I want to leave space, so we're going to run down the railway line to about there, out to there, and then what that will do is get power in there. So again, what we'll do is we'll bump the priority on that and that. Right, let me just check this traffic jam. Okay, so who's picking up here now and who's unloading? Okay, waste services. Why are you dropping off at general separation? You should be dropping off there. It's that guy. Okay. Yeah. You're going to take mixed waste. So we're going to push into there, get this done, and I think we're now running out of time on this video. So let me just scoot down to over here. One last look round at here. At least we got fire coverage, if nothing else. Just a quick look at here. Cannot export electrical components. Okay, where's my... That should solve that problem. The one thing I haven't dealt with from here is electronics. Actually, what I'm going to do is we'll deliver the electronics directly to there. Unload electronics 100%. 90% actually. That's the capacity for electronics here. Yeah. Right, we've now got this warehouse here. Well, great. I'll sort this out off camera, guys, because what's happened here is I've got a massive excess of food being sent into here because I wasn't paying attention. This is the way the game can catch you out. Shop delivery. Let me just fix this and then this one here. Okay, you deliver that there, and then what we will do is put you onto there and say we want just food delivered here. Set it to 60% because I don't want to dump that food because we paid good money for it. I'll clear all that and then we'll go 30% food, 30% clothes, and 30% electronics, and then we'll increase the food up like that. Reduce the electronics to 6 tons. Increase the... Right, so now we've got that. I can now go back to this guys and say I want you to do a food, clothes, electronics to 50%. Electronics is going to be, yeah, so that will then we'll get a surge of clothes into here. 24 tons is probably a little bit excessive, and then it will mean that what I can do then is put Repair delivery. Put you onto here. You can deliver electronics, but you can deliver electronics up to 80% should you need it. And then that should, then eventually over time, this should kind of sort itself out. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.